the channel. My name's Kevin the Geek. You're watching Kevin the Geek, and welcome to a video where I respond to your comments. So I just have to start this month by thanking everyone for your patience, because, well, put it mildly, January was a bit of a disrupted month. Obviously, I was ill right at the very start of the month. And I had a bit of a back catalogue to clear with some really old stuff which I had promised people. And well, basically, I want to start but with a comment that did come in later on in the month. But I think it's really important, because I always like to start with giving you a bit of a roundup for my month and how it's gone as a general rule of thumb, and obviously by thanking you all. Paul said, I was wondering what happened to Scottish Sundays, and also why you seem determined to ruin your channel. Well, of course, you know, as of, well, today on Sunday, things are going back to normality, and I'm going to be resuming all of my stuff. And of course, I put a poll out to you last year saying, you know, because it's a community channel at the end of the day, and I get your guys' input, and I want to do things which appeal to you, of course. And I put a general poll out going, you know, how do you see the future of the channel going? Do you want to see kind of to stay as it is? Do you want to do something different? Blah, blah. And for the most part, people are like, yeah, we're happy to see things kind of stay as they are. That does not mean I'm going to always do things exactly the same way, because only a fool expects to do the same thing again and again and expect different results at the end of the day. So, like I said, you know, I was ill at the start of the month, and I had some videos that I needed to re-upload. So, first of all, you know, rather than just leave it a couple of days where there's literally nothing going up, I thought I'll use this opportunity to put some of those old videos, re-upload them, because they're now viewable for YouTube, and so it's a good opportunity to put them out. Then, like I said, I had my back catalogue stuff, so I had some of those stuff, which is, you know, some new and different stuff, as I always like to do. I like to not just do the same things all the time. I like to do and try different things, because you never know, you might stumble across something that I absolutely love and you guys absolutely love, and we want to try something. So, you know, we can try that. And then, of course, I appreciate that I have got a lot of shows that need to be completed. I completely understand that. So again, considering we're now about halfway through the month with all the different bits and bobs that I've done, you know, rather than, you know, just get straight in with the new stuff, I thought, why not? Let's get another show completed and done and out of the way, and still put in some other stuff as well. And that's the way I intended to do it. And of course, I kind of listen to you as the month is going along, and some people going, oh, well, you've got the same stuff day after day after day after day after day. We're getting a bit bored now. So again, I tried something different when I did the smoking room. And so instead of doing it as I originally intended, to do a couple of bits and then end the month with 8 days in a row of the smoking room, I then split it up. And so did 2 days, something different, 2 days, something different, 2 days, something different, 2 days. You know, so I am trying to listen to you all the time. So I appreciate this month may not have been the way that some of you wanted. I appreciate that it was, you know, something good for a lot of you, because ultimately this has been a productive month for me. January, as a general rule of YouTube, tends to be a bit of a quiet month, and yet somehow I managed to get more subscribers than I have since August. Literally, I've had August, so September, October, November, December. They've been lower months for the subscribers, and I've got more than all of those, which I would say 70% of those have come from videos in this month that were released literally this month. So it's not a case of, you know, just going, oh, it was maybe people are finding your older videos and finding you that way. It is still finding new stuff. So, you know, that combined with, you know, again, the most amount of views since August, the most amount of hours watched, I clearly did something right. I don't know what I did right, but I clearly did something right. So, yeah, like I said, it has been a bit of a fragmented month, but as of today, we are getting back to normality, basically. Of course, I need to thank everyone. So I had 57 new subscribers in the month of January, and of those named, was it 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 of them are publicly named subscribers. So of course, you should see their names scrolling through. Over on Patreon, again, I have to thank everybody. Again, I tried something a little bit different for December, and I basically gave everyone a 50% discount for the month of December. Didn't really generate that many new members for that, which is fine. But at the end of the day, I did that for you guys, because Christmas is an expensive time of year, and I wanted to give something back to those people who have financially supported me. So that's what I did with that. In January, I've got 27 patrons in total, including 3 brand new patrons. So welcome to those members. And again, the names should be scrolling through. But of course, this is where I read your comments, and of course, with the way that this month has been, it's a bit of a quiet month for comments, so it should be a shorter video than I normally do. So let's kick straight off with a comment from Andy. Kevin, why can you show the full video? Why do we have to go searching for the full video in the subscription down below? Andy, as much as I love you, and I do appreciate all your comments, which, believe me, you left a lot of comments this month. It is something that I have very clearly given answers to many times in the past. It is simply that if I cannot put a full video on YouTube, I make a video and I put it so that you can go, there's a link to where you can then go and see that said full reaction. It's that simple. That's the way that I do it. And yes, I've tried something a little bit different this month and the back end of December. And maybe that's contributed to some of those higher viewing numbers and things. Because previously, I would do about a 1-minute video. And that's it. And it goes, here's the video. There's a link down below. Click on it. Off you go. And that's literally it. But a 1-minute or 2-minute video doesn't do well for the YouTube algorithm. Not many people tend to be able to find them. So I've tried something a little bit different. So now pretty much any of those videos where it's going to take you off somewhere else, it's going to be a longer video. It's going to be ballpark around about 8 minutes, because 8 minutes, I don't know why, but seems to be the magic number. So what I'll be doing with all of those videos, like for example, tomorrow for Benidorm as an example, the video that will be going up, I will be cutting the intro and I'll be cutting the outro, putting them into the video, and then taking a few clips in the middle, put it all in together so that it is going to take the video over the 8-minute mark. That's what I'm going to do, and by doing it that way, by making it a longer video, even though it's fundamentally exactly the same, it is just going to give you that sort of I don't know, what's the word? It's gonna just literally give you the link to be able to then go and watch that full reaction. It means that algorithmically, I don't even know if that's a word, but hey, I'm going with it. It means that realistically, potentially more people are going to have the chance to see that video. And if that helps them bring more people to the community, then all the better. But Andy, you have obviously left, like I said, a lot of videos, a lot of comments this month. Very few of which I'm actually going to give you a response to. I think I've only got one more that I'm going to respond to. But I did still want to appreciate the dedication and the hard work that you put into all of your comments this week. So here's a little segment that I like to call Andy Complains. There you go. I hope you understand that is obviously me doing that out of love for you, but at the same time, Andy, you don't I've said it to you before, you don't need to repeat the same questions all the time. Honestly, you do that a lot. You do come back to me very frequently, say a lot of the same things a lot of the same times, like you don't like edited versions of videos, you don't like the Patreon. That's fine. If you don't like it, don't click on it, don't watch the video, don't join the Patreon. That's fine. But you don't need to tell me every 5 minutes. So yeah, there we go. That's just a little fun segment there. Right, moving on. Two Doors Down, this video. That particular scene always makes me feel so uncomfortable. I was never really keen on the pilot. The characters were a bit too harsh. I definitely think you'll love the series though. Christine is the best. Well, obviously I have technically watched Two Doors Down twice. Obviously, if I try and base my thoughts more from the first episode, which I watched when I thought that was a pilot, but yeah, we all know what happened there. I do think it will be a show when I get round to doing it after, of course, Rhapsody Nesbitt comes to an end. I do think it's going to be a show that I'm going to enjoy from the little I've seen so far. Can you react to Jeopardy! Series 1, Episode 1, not the game show, the one about a group of students who travel to Australia to look for UFO activity? That sounds fun, sounds interesting. I will add it to my list, which I may get to in about 10 years' time. From the Queen video, Freddie was a very private person and hated personal questions in interviews. When the lady asked him if I want to break free, if I want to break free was written about being gay, he said something like, no, because I didn't write it. But if she'd have outright asked him if he was gay, he'd shoot the question right down. He only ever wanted to talk about music, and as the question was framed around one of the band's songs, he didn't mind answering. I think there's a lot of people like that. I remember the infamous Robert Downey Jr. Interview with the guy from Channel 4. The problem is with journalists and people doing interviews and stuff, a lot of the time they have an agenda, and that agenda is typically to write stories and to create headlines a lot of the time. And even though you may just be doing something that's like a press junket for a movie or something, they will want to try and dig and just get a little nugget out of it. And I think I have a lot of respect for Freddie in the way that he would have answered that question. I really, really do. Wow, that was simply wonderful. I watched every moment of that Queen video. It was like I couldn't get enough of it. Now I am in tears. Thank you so much for reacting to this. Love your reaction and how much you loved Freddie and the entire band. Thank you. There was a lot of very similar comments about this on the Queen video. So Brett, of course, who requested it as part of the Super Geek request. Thank you for suggesting that. I got definitely over 1,000 views from that. And that got me a lot of subscribers from that video. And yeah, I think that music is, I always say, music, like in TV shows and movies, it can make or break a scene. Music is just something that is so simple and beautiful and can just unite us all, whether it be unite us in love or in anger or in depression or whatever it may be. It manages to unite us, and you can't watch a Queen or listen to a Queen song and not just appreciate 4 band members who wrote some of the most amazing songs and were clearly such good friends as well, because you can't work that long together and not be friends, put it that way. Bad Education is so cringeworthy. Have you seen Brassic? Not nearly enough people react to that show. It's top tier. A lot of people have suggested Brassic, so it is something I would like to check out in the future. With Bad Education, it's interesting because you say it's very cringeworthy, but at the same time, have I? Hang on. I know that there was an opposing comment. Hang on, I've got to go back to the video now because I've accidentally saved the same comment twice.
A few moments later.
So Peter, he has a different view with Bad Education, saying this is a good one. It takes a few episodes to get going though. One of my favourite episodes has to be the self-defense one. That's always going to be the same with any show. There will be some people who like it, some people who don't like it. For me, I found it cringy, but I still did kind of enjoy it. If we get a chance to do it again, I would consider it. It's not something at this moment in time I'll go, I am aching to see another episode of it, but I may see it at some point in the future. From the series of How to Start Your Own Country, Foggy D clearly loved this. He I think commented on pretty much every video of mine. Not seeing this since the original airing almost 2 decades ago. There are 3 types of principality: sovereign countries ruled by a reigning prince, example Liechtenstein or Monaco; places where the prince is subservient to the ruler of a large unit, example the Asturias within Spain or Wales within GB; and unrecognised microstates deluding themselves that they belong in the first category, Sealand or Saborga. So, you know me. I love facts, and I love you to help me to understand things that I may have missed when I watched something for the first time. So, Foggy, thank you for all your comments with How to Start Your Own Country, and I'm glad you really enjoyed it all. For your next Dave Gorman special, there is a Dave Gorman stand-up live. It's available on DVD. I think it's now only available on eBay, and I don't think it's available on any streaming services anywhere, unfortunately. Alex, you need to let me know what that series is, and because even though there are some shows like the Dave Gorman American Unchained, could not find that anywhere, but I knew it existed somewhere, and literally that took me months to track down and to find that one, and I eventually did, and I'm so glad that I was able to get it out for you guys, because it was something familiar, but yeah, also very different with Dave Gorman, so I really enjoyed that. Still on Dave Gorman, the replacement director in that episode is Andy Devonshire, who is one of the producers of Taskmaster. I definitely recognise the name Andy Devonshire. I've probably seen his name somewhere in other stuff as well, so it's probably a quite big name producer there. From the Smoking Room, such a great underrated show. Thank you for sharing. I hope you get a chance to do season 4 of Death in Paradise soon. That is something I am currently working on. At some point I will release all of the episodes of Death in Paradise. Obviously, with it being a show that I cannot get onto YouTube, it will be something that I do similar to the last time I did it, where I'll just do one video on the day and go, this is all the episodes of Series 4 of Death in Paradise. If you want to do them, in the description below, there's the link to all of the 7, 8 episodes, however many there's in the series. But yes, it is something I'm working on as we speak. Carl Pilkington is quite funny, but he doesn't half complain. He's being paid to see the world over. Get over it. He's milking it just like Joey Essex. One isn't really that thick. They play to the camera. I would disagree to a sense, because there is somebody who I know in real life who at times will say stuff literally as stupid as what Carl says. So a guy I knew at college, and I'm still sort of friends with him. I see him every now and again. It's not like a really close friend, but I do see him from time to time. He has insisted, literally since the time when we were in college, so we're talking about 2007 or so, 2007, 2008-ish, and he insists that he, had he been present at the 9/11 disasters, he would have had an easy way to survive, in that he would go to the roof, basically wait for the building to collapse, hold onto the pole, and effectively ride the shockwave down to the ground. Now, anyone who knows anything about 9/11 knows that is a moronic thing to say. But he's insistent on it. So while I do accept that when it comes to TV shows and stuff, sometimes there will be an element of playing up to the camera. With even things like Taskmaster, that there'll be things that they will do, and they might then reshoot something to try and get a better reaction, or whatever the case may be. I'm fully accepting of that. I do accept that there are some pretty moronic people out there who say some pretty moronic things. So with the Smoking Room, one of the episodes, I can't remember which one, I asked a question, because it was sort of posed by one of the characters in the show. I kind of posed a question and asked, would it be better if you were going to find out one of two things? There was no way of escaping it. You were going to find out one of these two, but you had a choice which one you'd find out. Would you rather know how you're going to die or when you're going to die? I had two kind of opposing responses to it, which both kind of make sense. So Chris King said, I think it would be better to know how you're going to die, because that could easily give you enough information to significantly push back the when to a much later date. Whereas Baby Cake says, I would rather know when I would die, because if I know how, it would stop me from doing things in case that was the time. Like if it was a car accident, I wouldn't want to leave the house. Which does kind of make sense, depending on what you're going to find out as to how you're going to die. Because I think, after I've had a bit of time to think about it, I think knowing when you're going to die, like you said, it could be one of those that you just go, in a way, you think, I'm invincible. So I was maybe scared to do a roller coaster. I'm now going to do a roller coaster because I know nothing's going to happen to me. Well, I suppose you can still get injured, but you know you're not going to die. If it was, like you think, I'm going to go swimming with sharks. I know I'm not going to die. Again, maybe you could get your leg bitten off, but you know you won't die. So, yeah, so that obviously makes sense from one perspective. But then again, knowing the how you're going to die, like I said, if you know that you're going to, you're going to die on a roller coaster, then you just, again, that might stop you from doing stuff. But then at the same time, you go, well, I can go bungee jumping. Because bungee jumping, that's not how I die. Unless you manage to bungee jump straight onto a roller coaster and then you die on that roller coaster. But that would be a very unlucky, unfortunate event, wouldn't it? So I guess there's no right or wrong answer to that one. From the Rising Damp episode, in that they were talking about potato scallops, which are basically thinly sliced potatoes fried in batter. Very popular up north still, and can get them in my local chip shop. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of potato scallops. However, I will say that in, I think it's only really Morrison's that I've seen them. In that supermarket, you can get a pack of, I don't know what they call them, like potato slices, effectively, and it's not quite batter, but they would be like crispy potatoes. It's almost like having a thin, crispy roast potato, basically. I like to put them in my air fryer, and they're really nice. So, you know what, if I'm ever in a chip shop and I see potato scallops, I'm going to get some, and I'll tell you what I think of them. My team name, my quiz team name would be Too Drunk and Too Tired and Lacking a Teammate, which I think is an awesome team name. I really like that. My typical go-to one is I have never come last in the quiz, and I hope it doesn't. I hope that doesn't change now. That's my go-to quiz, because that is my record. I can say that I've never, ever, ever come last in a quiz. Okay, maybe technically I could say that in the Big Fat Quiz of the Year, but I was only performing against 3 teams, and also there was confusion about the score, so I'll give myself a pass on that one. And then finally, oh god, again my computer has just saved the same comment for the second time. I do sincerely apologise for that. I don't know why that's happened.
A few moments later.
That was a fun reaction, fun that you played along. Yeah, I do think it's important that if you're going to react to a quiz, that you play along. Because what's the point otherwise? Can I just sit here and just laugh? Yeah. Or can I actually actively get involved? I like to get involved. You may not like it as a reaction, but that's the way I'm going to do it. Simple. So, there we go. Like I said, much shorter video than I normally do. Most of my videos, when I do these, because there's normally a lot more comments that I'm going through or giving much bigger answers to, so we're normally talking anywhere ballpark 45 minutes to an hour. So this one is going to be, well, at the moment it's under 25 minutes. So yeah, thank you for all of your comments over the last month. Thank you again for your patience, yeah, like I said, we are now at that point where we are going to be getting back to normality. Of course, I did my video where I gave my plans for the month, and I've kind of explained how I'm going to be doing some stuff. So, of course, there'll be the Super Geek Week each month. There'll be 5 shows that are guaranteed that are going to be on a weekly basis. And then, of course, I'll be fitting other stuff in as well. So, thank you, as always. And until next time, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.